Good afternoon and welcome to the weekly weather briefing from the National Weather Service in Spokane, Washington. It is Monday, May 14th. The overview of topics that we'll be covering include the very warm temperatures, the flooding and rivers running high, the thunderstorm threat, and the long-range outlook. Temperatures are quite warm across the inland northwest with widespread levels in the 80s. This will continue into Tuesday, where temperatures will be peaking to be the warmest of the week. Then we'll be seeing temperatures slowly moderate on Wednesday and cool down Thursday into Friday. Although temperatures will still be in the 70s, which is still above normal for many areas across the region. Currently, we have several rivers in flood stage, especially those near the Canadian border. The Okanogan River in Okanogan County is at major flood. The Kettle River in Perry County is at moderate flood. The Oreille River in Oreille County is at minor flood, will continue to rise through the week. Other rivers of concern in Okanogan County include the Similkameen and the Stehekin. In Boundary County of North Idaho, we're watching the Kootenai River and the Oreille River, and also the St. Joe River in North Idaho and the Spokane River. We also have a flood warning for much of Okanogan County, where numerous small creeks, rivers, and lakes are experiencing renewed flooding. And these areas of concern include the Salmon Creek near Conconelli, the North Fork of the Salmon Creek, Lake Osoyoos, Palmer Lake, and the Chewuk River near Winthrop. Here's a timeline that we're looking at both hydrology and weather for the week. For Monday to Tuesday, it will remain hot and dry with high pressure across the region. This will increase the snow melt in the mountains and rivers will rise. For Wednesday into Thursday, our high pressure weakens. We get an increase of more moisture and instability with a better chance of showers and thunderstorms. For Friday into Saturday, we have a cold front that comes through, cooling temperatures down a bit and bringing us a little bit of drier weather. But by the end of the weekend and into Monday, we'll see warming temperatures return with an increased chance of showers and thunderstorms. So, why is flooding such an issue? If we look to the mountains, to our north and to our east, there's plenty of snow in those higher elevations, especially across British Columbia and western Montana, where in that snowpack we're seeing from 10 to 30 inches of rain still residing in that high elevation snowpack. And comparing this to normal, these levels are well over 100% to 130% of normal, especially across the basins in the British Columbia and Montana. Taking a look at one of these sites in particular, here is Mission Creek, a site that is in British Columbia outside of Kelowna. It is showing above normal snowpack for this time of year. The blue trace shows the maximum that this site has seen. The black trace indicates what is occurring right now, and we can see that it peaked in late April, and the snowpack is quickly decreasing with the increased snowmelt. So the snowmelt is running into the rivers, increasing the runoff, and we're seeing increased flows. And taking a look at various rivers, here is the Okanogan River at Tonasket. Last week it had its first peak on May 11th at 19.7 feet. It had dropped down over the weekend, and now it will continue its second rise. And this one looks to be higher than the first, peaking on May 19th at over 21 feet. The record historic crest for this river is 22.5 feet, and this happened in 1972. and there is a possibility we could see levels reach that level before it goes down again. The Kettle River in northern Ferry County saw a peak last week on May 10th at 22.5 feet. Since then, it has dropped down, but we're going to see a gradual rise through the week, peaking around May 19th at 21 feet. Now, this level is not as high as the initial rise, but keep in mind the floodplain is still full and soils are still saturated, so flooding will be a concern along with erosion issues. The Pend Oreille River in Pend Oreille County, below Albany Falls Dam, is on the rise. It is in minor flood. It is forecast to get to moderate flood later in the week. We have good confidence that this river will continue to rise and continue so into next week. There is a good confidence that it will surpass the flood level of 2011, which was at 120,000 CFS. There is the possibility it could reach the 1997 flood level of 132,000 CFS and reach possibly major flood levels. Now back to weather. Wet weather will return by middle of the week. As that area of high pressure weakens, we get more moisture and instability in the region. We'll see an increase of showers and thunderstorms, producing heavy downpours and lightning, along with some small hail and gusty winds. The main area of concern for thunderstorms will be across North Idaho on Wednesday afternoon, and then by Thursday afternoon it will spread further to the west into north central Washington. Average precipitation amounts will look to be up to about 1/10 of an inch. But these storms will be slow-moving thunderstorms, and heavier rainfall amounts are possible. Keep in mind, if you're around many of these lakes and rivers, to stay safe. Avoid water-covered roadways and signs blocking the travel on these roads. Be very cautious near levees. Prepare for erosion, and keep current on river levels and forecasts. Also, for many people that have recreational property or summer homes along these rivers, now's the time to, if you can, move your belongings out before they get washed away. And also keep in mind this water is very cold and fast flowing, and this will continue for the next several weeks. The long-range outlook for the end of May will continue the chances of warmer temperatures the next week, week and a half. Also, precipitation amounts look like they're going to be on the increase as we get to the end of May. I'd like to remind you that you can keep track on river and lake levels from the National Weather Service homepage. Click on the tab that says River and Lakes and get to the River OBS map. Or you can scroll down to the bottom of the web page and find a widget that says River and Lake Levels. Click on these links and it will take you to the map that shows all the various river gauges across our area. And they are color-coded to indicate what the level of flooding is. You can also keep tabs on river levels while you're on the go through USGS WaterNow. You can email or text a message to them and get a quick reply on the most recent observations. So that's it for this week's weather briefing. Please keep track of the weather forecast and follow us on social media, and we'll try to get the most up-to-date information for you. Have a good week.